In the next 8 minutes, I'm going to break down why most couples fail to rebuild trust. It's not because they don't care, it's because they've been sold a myth that healing from betrayal is a solo journey. One person apologizes, the other learns to forgive, and somehow that's supposed to make it all okay. But trust is relational, it's built together, not through grand gestures, not by avoiding hard conversations, and definitely not by pretending things are back to normal. As a psychologist who's helped thousands of couples rebuild after rupture, I'm going to show you how to move forward side by side, not in theory, in practice, starting today. We're going straight in. Here we go. Trust. It's one of those words that gets thrown around so often in relationships, but when it's been broken, it becomes the air you cannot breathe without. Here's the truth no one wants to say out loud. When trust has been damaged in a relationship, both people feel it, but they carry it differently. One feels hurt, wary, angry, scanning for signs of change. The other feels guilt, shame, maybe defensiveness. And both people want peace, but they don't always know how to get there together. That's what we're here to talk about. Part 1. The myth of just trust me again. So many people try to rebuild trust with a quick fix. Apologies, flowers, promises, passcodes to phones. And while those gestures might feel good in the moment, they actually don't rebuild the nervous system. They don't help the body stop bracing for the next blow. And we know trust lives in the body. Here's what I tell couples. Trust isn't a light switch. It's actually a ladder, and you rebuild it step by step together. Part 2, what the hurt partner needs. Let's speak directly to the person who's been hurt first. Hurt by the betrayal. Maybe there was betrayal, dishonesty, emotional neglect. Whatever it was that happened to you, your pain is valid. You don't have to get over it quickly. But here's what you do need if you want to rebuild. It's clarity on what safety looks like for you now. It's a voice that names your needs, not just your fears. And it's a willingness to be present in the process, not just the past of the pain. One of my clients, let's call her Nina, has been betrayed emotionally. She's kept waiting for her partner to do the right thing, but what's helped most wasn't reading his mind. It was her learning to clearly express what rebuilding would actually require. Not vague hopes, not punishment, but real specific needs. Like, I need you to check in when you're running late because my anxiety spirals otherwise. Or, I need to know what you're thinking instead of watching you shut down. Part 3, what the repairing partner needs to understand. Now, for the one who has broken the trust and is now trying to rebuild what they broke, I would like to be honest with you. If you expect forgiveness on your timeline, or think one good week cancels out the past, you're not rebuilding trust, you're just managing guilt. Rebuilding requires patience, consistency, transparency without needing praise, and the ability to tolerate going backwards in order to go forwards, and to be able to do that without being defensive. You've got to be able to hold other people's feelings without making it about yourself. And no, you're not a doormat, but you are the one who has to go first right now. Not forever, but for a while. One client I worked with, we'll call him Jason, used to say, but I'm doing better now. Why can't she just see that? And I said to him, she will, but not because you tell her to see that. She'll believe it when your actions speak louder, longer, and more predictably than your words. See how that references the rebuild of trust. Part 4, the role of co-regulation. This is the part no one talks about. Trust isn't rebuilt through logic. It's rebuilt through co-regulation. When one person's nervous system is activated, it's anxious, panicked, or on alert, the other person can become the anchor. You don't have to fix the feelings, but you can stay steady while they move through that nervous system dysregulation. This is where emotional intelligence and self-awareness matter most. Ask yourself, am I present right now, or am I protecting myself? Can I listen without rushing them to move on? Can I regulate myself enough to co-regulate them? Part 5, building the repair plan together. If you want to rebuild trust, you need a repair plan. Here's the one I walk my clients through. Acknowledge the impact, Not just what happened, but how it affected your partner. Reflect it back. Say, I see how my actions made you feel unsafe. I get it now. I'm sorry. Number 2, set new agreements. Trust is rebuilt through behavior, not intention. Set daily and weekly agreements that align with safety, transparency, and consistency. 3, schedule weekly check-ins. Create a time where you review the progress you're making together, not to score keep, but to stay in collaboration. Number 4, name the milestones. Track when things are getting better so you can have evidence that change is happening. Number 5, get support. This might be therapy. It might be working with someone like me, but don't try to DIY this forever. You often will need a third set of eyes to guide the process. In today's world, when there are a million directions you could go, 1,000 experts telling you what to do, it's easy to forget the simple truth. Trust is built in the moments we choose each other, not in perfection, not in performance, but in presence. So if you're trying to rebuild, come back to the basics. Show up, take responsibility, stay regulated, listen with curiosity, not defensiveness, and remember why you're doing this in the first place. Because at the end of the day, it's not about doing it all right. It's about doing it together. It's about taking ownership for your mistakes and building something new that works better. If you're rebuilding trust right now, drop a heart in the comments so I know you're in it, and share this with someone who's on that path with you. Rebuilding is hard, but it's possible, especially when you do it together. You're not alone in this. Let's keep going. If your brain just lit up and you're like, yes, please, more of this, go watch this next video over here. It builds right on what we just talked about.